Hi and welcome to this Aquarius reading for October 2025. This is an Aquarius inspired reading for the time quality of October. It doesn't have to be for this specific time. Whenever you find this video, whenever this title inspires you, you can use this for your development, for self-reflection. I am working with the symbolism of the tarot and the symbolism of Western astrology to maybe gain more insight into a situation, to help us reflect on ourselves and to find a new perspective, a new angle maybe, and get a little more insight into our situation. I am starting with a general reading. In the first part of the reading, second part of the reading will be a relationship dynamic. So we are going to look at both, and you can check out the description box for all the information that you need, my other channels, and also specials and whatever you need to know, you will probably find there. So let's get started. Excuse my voice, it's a little worn out today because I did a couple of readings already, so yeah. Okay, Aquarius, let's tune into this. We start, oh, that's a beautiful card, with the Six of Pentacles. Success. This card is called Success. This card is about the earth element and the coins, of course. So the earth element is connected to the coins, the pentacles in the tarot. And we're speaking of materialized energy, which means manifested energy, everything that we can touch, taste, smell, everything that is real, quote unquote. So the Six of Pentacles in specific is a very balanced and successful card. The sixes in the tarot and in the Kabbalah represent beauty. So this is the beauty of balance, the beauty of equilibrium, and the beauty of really gaining the results from what we've put into something. So this is successful manifestation. Also the moon in Taurus, where our emotional world is also connected to the real world, and it feels balanced, and it feels like there is a healthy connection in the resources we put into a situation, the time, the energy, the money, and what we get out of it. So this is a very good time to just really also enjoy the results of our work, enjoy what we've accomplished, and really also find the pleasure in the things, because I feel like for some reason what's coming through for me is that sometimes we forget when we've reached a point where we feel like things are really working out. Sometimes we forget to enjoy that moment. We're just like looking for the next thing, but this is really enjoying the beauty and reaping the rewards of our success and enjoying the beauty of our success. So this is really nice. We can really be comfortable here in this place and be balanced and be well-rounded, I want to say. If this is not the case for you right now, this is maybe what we have in mind. Maybe we want to put more emphasis, more focus on how can we get to that place. But I feel like this is very much here right now. Even we might not even realize it. Sometimes we don't realize that we are in a really good place because we are often, as I said, like looking for the next best thing. But we might want to look at what's really working and how well things are working right now for us. Okay, what are we bringing into this situation, or what is causing this? Princess of Swords. Well, it seems like we've learned a lot. Maybe we were very curious, or we have been really looking for new answers. Maybe we have also been implementing new ideas, new knowledge, new information. This can also be, the Princess of Swords can also be really a person, a scholar who is really learning and studying new things, who is looking for answers. We can see here how she has her sword up and is really getting out there, finding answers, answers, cutting through the fog, gaining clarity. She is the smart, the young, the very lively and animated princess who is smart and who is intellectual and who has all the questions and who is looking for all the answers and is also questioning things a lot. So sometimes she gets you know, a little bit of a bad rep for being aggressive with her awareness or with her consciousness, but all she's doing is really be more provocative when it comes to finding new answers. So she's really questioning maybe old beliefs, old systems of knowledge, old traditional educational systems. She's really looking for a new way to do things, and she's really questioning also things that have been long established, if they work or not for her. But in general, it's a card of learning, it's a card of opening up your mind, your intellect, and a card of really looking for answers. And I feel like we've learned maybe how to balance out our resources. Maybe we've looked into, you know, whatever financial education or maybe a new skill that we really mastered or we were getting better at, and now we can see the results. We can see that success is possible with the right knowledge, with the right information, with the right strategy. Maybe even we can make success happen in our everyday life. So this is beautiful. Where are we stepping into right now? I also want to mention Princess of Swords is also air sign quality, so this is an Aquarius card in a sense. It is about Aquarius, Libra and Gemini in general, and therefore we do have this mind element, this intellectual element here very strongly as part of the character of Aquarius. We do have it very strongly here in this reading. Okay. Where do we move into? Ooh, death card, love it. I do love a death card, I have to say, with the moon especially, because we are now ready also to... And with the death card, it's not so much about being ready. It's more like now the time has cometh that things have to change on a deeper level and things are allowed to change, because the death card really brings this deep transformation, this deep change. And as I said, it's ready or not. You know, the death is of course a metaphor. It's not a real death. It's a metaphorical death. It's mostly about our psyche and about a deeper transformation within us that goes really deep in our subconscious, or maybe even in our unconscious, or parts of the self that have been holding us back, or not necessarily even holding us back, that are just dead weight, that we don't need anymore, that don't work anymore, that have lost their liveliness within us, and that are not supposed to come with us in this next chapter of our lives. Those parts are ready to let go of and to die, metaphorically speaking. So out of this balance that we've accomplished, I feel like we now come to this place where like now things are actually ready to transform on a deeper level, not just on a superficial level. So this is what the death card is saying here, on deeper level with the moon card. Wow. Underneath here we have the change card. So yeah, this is most definitely about change. And with the moon card, we might not really know how this is gonna happen, what exactly is happening, why this is happening. We might just feel it. We might just feel the change. And we might not even know why there is a necessity for that. It's just death card is coming in and saying, okay, these things, we don't need them anymore. They gotta die, because we need fertile ground to build upon, so new things can grow. We need to make space for things. We need to, you know, take out the trash. We need to clean out the closet. So this is what's happening here. And I feel like the closet is cleaning itself out. I don't think we need to actually do much for it. I think it's just now we've reached a point in our development with the Six of Pentacles and with all this knowledge here that this guy is ready to step in and is just taking things from us that we don't need anymore. We might not be aware of that. We might not be aware of the fact that we don't need those things anymore, these people, places, you know, attitudes, maybe belief systems. It could be anything really, but it's something that is gonna be gone for good while we are stepping into this change. And this change, yes, might be a little hard to grasp on an intellectual level or hard to analyze, but we can just sense and feel that it's happening. And I say that because there is the moon card here that also speaks of hidden aspects, and sometimes with the moon card we still go through things, but we are not really able to rationalize or explain or analyze them so that we can make sense out of it. But it's not even our goal right now, or shouldn't be our goal, to be able to understand it. What should be the goal is to be open and ready and as calm as possible with this type of change that is coming here, that is a little bit in dark, a little maybe making us a little anxious also with the moon card, but as I said, ready or not, it's happening. And the relieving thing about this thing is that we don't really need to do anything about it. It's very organic. It's not, we don't have to put the hard work in. It's just, we've done all the work and now things become ready to change. And that's a good thing. So let's see what we have in relationships. This doesn't have to be romantic relationships, but of course it can be romantic relationships. Could be any relationship that is weighing on your mind right now. Please check out the description box underneath and see what is new, what is the information that you need. You probably find everything you need to know down there, and also follow, of course, my channel and click subscribe, like, comment. You know how important it is for content creators here that people leave their mark, because otherwise it's really difficult to grow. Okay, we have an Empress card looking out, which I like. This other person, okay, this other person, I like it, or this other party, this other side, is, and I had all these other cards in my hand, as you could see, they flipped out. This other person might be able to step out of a mindset that has been holding them back. The Eight of Swords is in general a mindset that is keeping us trapped, where we feel like we're trapped in a way of thinking, or we cannot really figure out how to get out of a way of thinking. We feel like there's constantly, you know, our mind is kind of playing tricks on us and making us believe that we are trapped in a situation, or that we cannot change a situation or a way of thinking. When this is in the reverse, I like it because it seems like we've come to a point of freeing ourselves. So this other person might be having a realization that they can actually step out of a way of thinking that they haven't been able to before. I'm not sure if this was an English sentence, but you know, sometimes the words just come out a little crooked. Six of Swords in the reverse. We might have just held on to a situation, I think, and might have not moved away because we maybe waited for that moment. We maybe waited for this person to, you know, free themselves of a particular mindset that was keeping a situation stuck, or keeping them stuck in their minds. So I feel like you're still involved with the Six of Swords in a conversation, in this place, in this development of a relationship. You are not ready, I think, to move on from it, or we are not ready to move on from it. We don't have to even, maybe we are also waiting for a person to move forward with us, but we might have had the feeling that they were not ready mentally, and so we were also staying put. Yeah, that's how it feels like. Six of Swords is an Aquarius card. It's very much an Aquarius card. So yeah, might feel a little restrictive to wait and see and be patient with a person right now, because Aquarius is very quick in their mind, and when people just don't see something or having a hard time to grasp an idea or a certain perspective, and then it can be quite frustrating for an air sign in general, or for Aquarius, because they're very much out of the box. So if somebody is in the box in their thinking, it might be quite, uncomfortable. Let's see how this is mirroring the situation, how the people are mirroring each other here. What is to be learned? Oh, nice. Look at that. The Six of Pentacles again. Upright. Love it. We have this success card here again with the Six of Pentacles, and I like that, because a Six of Pentacles in relationships is wonderful. We have established a balance, as I said, of giving and taking. It feels evened out. It feels like, okay, I put this time, this energy, maybe even physical resources, money, into a situation, and I'm getting back what I feel like is fair and right and balanced. It doesn't have to be, a very, very correct calculation of he's doing that, I'm doing that, she's doing that, I'm doing that, and then it needs to be completely even mathematically. But it is more, we don't have to keep track. It just means it needs to feel fair. It needs to feel fair and balanced, and it seems like it does, and it seems like it does for both people, and we can still establish a beautiful, beautiful connection here that is grounded in reality, also not just in the mind or in our feelings, but on an everyday level. We can really work with a person and feel like this is a good and balanced togetherness. It seems like with the Three of Cups, my first impulse, Three of Cups in the reverse, is not the typical angle how I read this in relationship readings. For me, it's more like, maybe this is not about just one relationship. Maybe this is about, in general, your relationships with people surrounding you. Maybe a realization that it might be worth waiting for some people to step out of their mindset and giving them a little bit of, I don't want to say benefit of the doubt, because that's the wrong way to put it. Giving them more time to be ready to see a fact that might be easy for you to see. Some people just, for whatever reason, are not that quick right now, or in general, and sometimes we need to give them a little more time to see things. And I feel like with Three of Cups in the reverse, it is a situation where we are thinking of more people in our surroundings, and also friendships, not just like romantic connections, but more friendships, and thinking about which friendships are worth the effort, worth the patience, worth the time, worth the work, and which are not, and which ones kind of want to maybe move away, and which ones I don't want to move away. Because also we have a Ten of Swords here underneath that is saying maybe some connections in our environment also need to just end, maybe with when it's not that type of balance where it feels like a successful togetherness and working together in a balanced and successful and fair way. Maybe some of our social connections and relationships need to also be changing, or maybe even ended. But in this case, there is most certainly a sense that we are learning when to be patient and when it pays off to be patient with people. And I think this is the big lesson that we are taking from this. So one more art oracle card. These are quotes of famous artists, visual artists, and could be an inspiration. It's not literal quotes, it's paraphrasing, but it could be an inspiration for a creative approach to your situation. So I really like these cards, and I picked them for Libra season because aesthetics. Okay. William Morris. Okay. William Morris says, bad truth makes good fantasy. Oh, that's interesting, a little cryptic. Then he says, to be prolific, be versatile. I love that one. And I think also with friendships, maybe we can think about that. How, do we want to be just focusing on one group of people, or do we want to be focusing on different types of people? And we cannot forget that Aquarius is also ruling the house of social groups, and yeah, that's quite important in society in general. And then we have a third one, which is art is the methadone of the masses. Yeah. Art could be quite healing or beneficial right now for your mental health, maybe also, so as a substitute maybe for other things that are not that healthy. Yeah, so this is the card. I just want to let you look at it and take in the visuals a little bit. And that's, yeah, that's how I think we end this reading. It's a good point. And I hope that you can take something with you from this to work on your situation, or to just have a little bit of inspiration. Thank you so much for being here. Again, check out the description box, like, subscribe, comment, and come back. Also on my other channels, I am doing lives and I'm doing all kinds of stuff. So check out where you can find me and where you can find the stuff I'm doing. And I hope I'll see you soon. I hope you have a great month, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.